Welcome back to another crypto video. Hello everyone, welcome back. Thank you for jumping into another crypto video. If you're new here, please subscribe to the channel. The one at 1,000 subscribers, we'll be doing a $100 Ethereum giveaway, and that will be simply random number generation. So anyone can win from absolutely anywhere. And if you like crypto, trading, Aave in general, any of those three things, you have a great reason to sub to the channel. So please join the community, and together we'll look at some altcoin gems and trading opportunities. So as you can see, Aave is currently ranked 40 in the crypto space. We have a 4.7 billion market capital with a trading volume of a juicy 299 million over the last 24 hours. So that puts our market cap dominance at 0.21%. Not too bad. Aave is down 6% over the month, but over the 2 weeks we are still up 15.4%. So let's have a look what's recently happened. We had this head and shoulders pattern play out over here. Unfortunately, I was busy at the time, so I didn't get a video out quick enough. But you can see that we nearly come down to one of our price targets over here on the Fibonacci retracement. We broke through on the 0.5 at 260, and we tried to come down to our lower target at 252, but we got our bounce at 255. So luckily for me, I short this position from 270, and I got out around 0.5 on the fib level, so I could have squeezed out some more profits, but I like to get in and get out. So what I can see now, following this bearish pattern over here, this is the 30-minute charts, but if we just take a little zoom out first on the daily. So yeah, we had that head and shoulders pattern, as you can see. Prior to this, we had our double bottom within our lovely reaccumulation zone at around £260, which is $360 where we're trading at now. So that was probably around about $320 is the ideal level to be reaccumulating Aave. So we did have our head and shoulders pattern. We broke through, and now we've come back under our 21-day moving average. We had a bearish divergence on the 4-hourly time frame. So this is kind of going to happen, I suppose. I don't think this is necessarily a problem, guys, because if we really just zoom out on the charts, as long as we're following, as long as we're increasing these highs, you can see here low, low, low on our diagonal support line. As long as we're producing more highs, we can come back down to $300, or something, or even more. We've got all of this room for error, all this room for corrections and sideways trading. Really, we don't need to be rushing this. That's what we need to understand. The quicker this is done and over, the harder it's going to come down. That's just the way it's going to work. So let's just look at some price targets right now, guys. At the moment, we are trading within kind of a rising wedge pattern, so it's another bearish scenario. But as you can see, we're just sort of chilling over here, trying to come back up to our resistance of £266 before potentially coming back up to this prior support level, which is now a big resistance on the head and shoulders pattern. So we do need to get back to the neckline. At the moment, I'm still thinking that we might possibly come down, guys. So I'm not saying we're going to come to really awful levels, but we might come down to 240. So maybe another 10% drop. There might be an opportunity. If we do fall from, let's say we come back down to 0.618253, maybe there's going to be a 5% opportunity there. And that's when we might get the bigger bounce, because it's very much depending on Bitcoin at the moment. If we look at Bitcoin, we can see that we were in this consolidation range. We had a double bottom, broke out, had this consolidation, sort of descending channel, and then we had another sort of consolidation bull flag, but we actually fell out of that. Kind of strange to see. You can see here the price has gone up whilst the RSI has gone down, so we have another bearish divergence on Bitcoin as well, so bear that in mind. It's not a great thing to see. Placing my bets on the fact I think Bitcoin is going to come down a bit lower in the short term. If we jump into the 30-minute one more time, you can see that we're also approaching 30 on the RSI, so the sell-off might not be complete, considering it's come up and it's come back down. It's bumped at this resistance level over here, it's come back down. Maybe we're going to fall through this lower support line over here where we found a bit of support. As you can see, the market's very still at the moment until we kind of continue and press on. If we have a look at the daily chart again and look at our prior all-time highs, from this swing low to swing high, before we came down to our 0.5 Fibonacci level, it's very possible we can break this support line and come down to 0.618 at around £198, guys. So that's another thing to consider, is if we zoom out, we can still come much lower, which isn't, it's not a bad thing. It's still a higher high, but we could potentially get a 30% correction over here, which will take us back down to this level over here. And even though we're breaking this support level, it doesn't mean that we are going to come back below, from our huge dump in May and June. It doesn't mean that at all. It just means that we're getting a bigger correction, maybe more sideways accumulation, ready for a bigger spring. So my prediction, I think, to be honest, that with the market may possibly come down, there may be a correction due, but not as big as the last one. And therefore we get more sideways consolidation ready for the next spring impulse wave to the upside. So it could look much better. But with all this in mind, my most bearish scenario is, I think, well, from this impulse, from this swing low to swing high, I think we can possibly come back down 237, around this level. I'm not gonna think that it can't happen, but really, in order to keep moving forward and press on, we really need to get through some of these Fibonacci resistance levels, particularly this 236, £264, because we have a massive support zone, a resistance, brick wall over here at 270, where we have that Fibonacci resistance 382, because that head and shoulders has really wiped Aave out a nice little 10% over there. So just be very much on the sentiment that we should wait for Bitcoin first, because Aave can move up and down very aggressively. As you can see, these are daily candles and some of them are very big. So I mean, over 2 days, look at that, 25%. So that's why that was more than 25%, probably 35%, 27%. So must be very careful. We're treading on eggshells, we're skating on thin ice. Just be very careful when you're trading, and wait for these actual Fibonacci levels to play out before we look at moving to the long and short positions, I suppose. If we jump into the 2 hour time frame, we're kind of coming up to retest this moving average. On the 4 hour, we are currently below. So if we trade sideways through this pattern, sure, this is going to come down, and we'll be basically testing it to potentially break through. If we break through, then maybe we'll see more movement to the upside, back into this resistance zone where we had the head and shoulders pattern play out. So at the moment, guys, I'm seeing a bit of a rising wedge on Aave, possibly going to fall out and basically move to the downside. Wouldn't rule it out. As you can see, perhaps we're going to come back down to the bottom of this wedge. So basically, in the short term, my targets would be over here. If we lose this fallen wedge, we come down 251. If we lose support here, we come down 238. And then, of course, we need to break through and back out of this rising wedge and retest this level as resistance at 271. And if we break through the 271, then I would say that, just according to our fib levels, probably around 277. And the golden level, we need to get back up there, basically to 283 pounds. So there we are, guys. Bearish scenarios, 251, 238. If we break these Fibonacci lines, and then on the resistance side, we want to see this neckline broke back through and basically, soar back up to this level up here where that reversal pattern is played out, and we've seen the reversal to the upside. So really, guys, Aave is just sitting at 4.7 billion market cap. If you look at the year, you can see the growth is exponential, spectacular, and this can still double, if not triple, if not quadruple in price if the network grows and they come out with some solid updates in the future. Anyways, thanks for watching, and stick around if you like the video.